Alpha Sessions with Ron Laver.
Today I'm speaking to a full-time musician and independent singer-songwriter who's based in Germany. Her name is Nora Sänger. Have I got that pronouncement right, Nora?
Just perfect. It's actually close to how it's pronounced in Germany. Yeah,
that's good. Very nice to meet you. I see in your bio you describe yourself as a mother and a late bloomer, which I'm interested to know about. I'm not 22 anymore, and that exactly is my superpower. So I guess being a late bloomer is a very positive thing for you.
Yes, it is now. I don't think it always was because, we don't have to kid ourselves. Age in this business, especially for women, is an issue. And I have a lot of female colleagues, who get worried when they approach 30 or so that they think, their sell-by date is approaching. And so I was going through that phase where I was like, I'm in my 30s. What does that mean now? But the truth is, I now, I'm more experienced in this job. I'm more, I have more life experience. And to me, that's a positive thing. I find it way easier to just, as I said in my bio, navigate through this business, make decisions, trust my own instincts and stuff like that. So I feel more secure now.
When you were younger, because there's quite a bit of a gap in your recording career, which we'll come to, but you originally moved to Hamburg to get into the music scene. Is Hamburg the place to be, or are a lot of the cities sort of similar in that respect?
Well, I know Hamburg the best, and they definitely have a lot of musical activity, music scene going on. But Berlin has a big scene as well, and I've heard Cologne is also it's also like sort of a media city where you can make music or do other creative jobs very well. They have a lot of infrastructure there. But I was always happy in Hamburg, so yeah, I stayed.
So what is your background then? I mean, when did you first get started in music? How far does your love of music and then your performing music and writing go back?
Well, it dates back to my childhood, really. I wanted to become a singer ever since I was a little girl. It started when I first heard Whitney Houston sing. My mother listened to Whitney Houston a lot, and so I caught it. And I was amazed by her voice and her singing abilities. And I never changed my mind about it. I just kept on pursuing that. And I started taking vocal lessons as a teenager. And then after I graduated from high school, I started studying, I think you would call it like vocal performance or singing. I don't know, for pop and jazz music. I just took it from there. I started writing my own songs. I tried to, meet people, make some connections here in Hamburg and just, record demos, play some gigs. Yeah. So I feel like I've always done it.
What's the live music scene like in Hamburg? I mean, is it fairly easy for a singer-songwriter to pick up gigs? Are there open? Do you have open mic nights, that sort of thing?
Absolutely. I would say it's fairly easy to pick up gigs. There are a lot of opportunities, but it's probably the same in the UK. There's maybe after so and so long in the business, you come to a point where you're like, now I would like to get some pay. And it's always hard. It's always a little tougher to pick up gigs that have like a fair pay at the end of the day. But generally, if you want to play, they have singer-songwriter nights, open mics. There's a lot of clubs, and it's easy, and it's a good atmosphere, I'd say. There's a lot of people who are interested in live music.
And obviously, from your music I've heard, you sing in English. And I was interested to read that you actually write and perform in Germany in English. Does that cause a problem?
Yes and no. It used to more than it does now, actually, because in the age of streaming now, music is designed to be a lot more international. So now it's not such a problem anymore as it was. But maybe up until 6-7 years back, I'd say it was generally the easier way as a German artist to sing in German, which I can understand. It's nice to have, a local and national pool of artists that sing in, the native language for the listeners from this country. But I was always more close to, English or American music. So it was never a question for me to sing in German.
Did you ever perform in German? I mean, doing covers or anything?
Only if I have to. It's really, if I get booked to sing something particular and there's a German song part of the set, then I'll do it. I've done gigs where it was just about covers and stuff. But as long as I can choose, I just naturally gravitate towards English music. For me, it's nicer to sing. We have some sounds in the German language. I mean, I can speak it well and I like speaking it. It's just fine. But for singing, I don't like it that much.
Yeah. It's what we call guttural, isn't it? The German. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
And it's also something about the vowels. Like, I've never really analyzed it, but, I would say in English still sounds good and makes sense if you prolong the vowels, which is pretty much what singing is. But German starts to sound very strange and unnatural if you do that. Mm. And yeah, it's but maybe I'm just a little too sensible about this.
In 2015, you released a sort of country folk-based album. So let's hear a track from that Almost Golden LP, and this one's called Thank You. Can you just tell us a little bit about the track, what the thought behind it is?
Yes, it is basically like a positive breakup song. I wrote it about a breakup, and it was just, I was looking back, on the relationship, basically talking to my ex-partner, saying it was a good time and thank you for it, but I'm ready to move on, So that was it.
The Alpha Sessions with Ron Laver.
So what made you lean towards that genre? Have you always done that, or have you been through lots of... Whitney Houston isn't...
Yeah.
Put her as
it's not exactly country.
She's not country.
No.
So did you evolve into the country music? And what brought that about?
Well, I've known country music for a while. I was actually a foreign exchange student in Minnesota when I was a teenager. And one of the first things my host mom did was take me to a show of a band called Brooks and Dunn. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And as a 17-year-old, I was really like, what is this? Because we don't have country music, a big country music scene or culture here in Germany. It's a total niche. There are, people who appreciate it a lot, but it's not taking place in mainstream media, whatever. And I also, my host mom listened to the Dixie Chicks a lot and Faith Hill and, all the big country stars, but I couldn't really get into it. And then it was in the late, like 2009 or so, I'd say, that I heard a song by a band called Rascal Flatts. And I was in the middle in this long search for my sound, basically. What could be my sound? I like a lot of genres, and I was very diverse, offering different songs, different kinds of styles. And I felt the need to define my sound. And then I heard this song. It was What Hurts the Most. It's a very popular song by Rascal Flatts. And I just loved it. And I think, I'm into handmade music. I like it if music sounds like as though it was actually played by musicians. You can program it today. These days you can program it and make it sound like it would, but that's fine too. But it's even better if it was actually recorded, by real musicians. So I appreciate that. And I would say the way I write songs and what I appreciate about songwriting, my style, it is a little old school. And I think that's just a good match with country music. It's just a traditional way of writing songs, just very melodic. So I just felt, this could be it for me. And I love it a lot. I would love to go more into a country direction again sometime in the future.
Okay, well, you released what at the time I think was a very well accepted album for you in Germany. You got some good critiques on it, etc. But then you took 4 years off to raise a family.
Yes. It was the timing may have been weird at the time, but it was still great. I had met my husband and I got pregnant. That's how it is. And so I took 4 years off. I have two children now. My son is turning 6 in 2 weeks, and my daughter is turning 4 in May. So they're old enough now that I can work more again, which I appreciate too.
And of course, so it was 2019 when you came back to the business.
Yes.
And a very different music landscape, I would have thought, between 2015 and that short period, but a lot had happened.
Absolutely. Yes, and when I released Almost Golden in 2015, Spotify to me seemed like, like an extra thing on the side that you do now. But I was still focused on selling my CDs after concerts or people actually buying MP3s on iTunes, and that was gone all of a sudden, like completely. It was all Spotify. And then plus, in late 2019, when I started to work again, I didn't yet know that we would go through, into this pandemic, but I already realized that musicians, are active on social media now, present themselves there. And I had no clue what that was about. I mean, I've been doing this for so long. I remember a time before MySpace, So I remember just being, I remember just being someone who doesn't have any profile, any social media pages, profiles whatsoever. And who's just, recording music, playing gigs, and having a website that they update 4 times a year. That's where I started. And realizing, social media is quick and you have to generate a lot of content in order to stay present. At first, it was really overwhelming. But yeah, then the pandemic hit and I thought, maybe this is a sign that, I should really deal with that and get into it and learn how to do this.
So you got back into the social media things, and which
Yes.
seems to be an absolute essential these days. And you've released 3 tracks, sort of like semi-acoustic.
Yes.
And the writing of those helped you reconnect with your love of the singer-songwriters in LA from the sort of 60s and 70s. People,
Yes.
and Carole King, for instance.
Yeah, I love her. Yeah. Yes, I found Tapestry as a CD on my mother's CD shelf when I was like 14 or so, and I gave it a listen and I instantly loved it. And I listened to this album so intensively that it must be one of my major influences. There's no way around it, and I love it. Yeah. I never saw Carole King live, but at least I saw James Taylor, I think, twice. So that was the closest I got to Carole King. I just adore this music. It's so pure and well written and great storytelling, whatever. Yeah.
In 2021, you started working with a producer and songwriter in his own right. Mark Smith.
Yeah, he has an English name, but he's German.
Are you working with him at the moment? Is he?
Yes.
I mean, you've done some co-writing, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah. That was like another thing I wanted to do. I never did co-writes before. I think it scared me, to be honest. I felt safer to just be by myself and write, in my own bubble. And then I thought it would be, I want to have that experience. I want to know what it's like. And if I can be part of the co-writing session, if I can contribute to it. And yeah, I was looking for songwriters and producers and, asked around a bit, who knows who, can somebody recommend someone? And that's how I found Mark. And yeah, luckily he was interested in working with me too. And yeah, we will make it. The song that I released in February is our 3rd collaboration. And there's 2 more singles from the 2 of us that I will release.
We might crash into a dead end, hit a point of no return, feel like each other's ball and chain. We might lose appreciation, mooning over someone else, and find some justification, yeah. We could cave or create. At the end of the river is a pot of gold and sleep will be a piece of every loving chosen. We'll make it. We'll make it. For a river you will take some rain. Eventually the water will dry up again. We'll make it. We'll make it. Oh, yeah. We'll make it. We may judge us by our covers and then look the other way. We might see no choice but hurting. We might not be on the same mind, so different priorities, oblivious of each other's dreams. We could build, we could tear. At the end
Alpha Sessions with Ron Laver.
It's basically it's about an experience my husband and I had when like just before we got pregnant. Basically, I got pregnant. We were going through this phase. I think we sort of felt that we might transfer onto the next level in our relationship where it becomes more committed and all that. And we were a little scared, and we were sort of trying to avoid things, coming up with reasons why maybe it's a bad idea to stay together. And but luckily we dared to go on, and now we're just very happy with the life that we built for ourselves. So it's about that threshold, it can be scary, but it's gonna pay off, hopefully, for others too.
That track is the first of three that is focusing on your life as a parent and a wife. You obviously feel you've got important things to say about that. Where do the next two tracks take you?
Yeah, the next track is called Be Yourself, and I pretty much wrote it for my children. I wanted to write a song where I say, where I would just say things that matter to me, to my children, like about what I wish for them, in their lives. And so I'm telling them, be yourself, which is a very hard thing to do. That one will be out in March, right? And then I have another track coming out at the end of April, probably, and it's called Beautiful Lady. And that is basically female awareness, little feminism, because I felt that, especially when I had my daughter, my second child, it was really also a process for me as a woman, who am I as a woman, as a role model to my daughter. I'm now, raising a future woman, and what kind of example do I set? So the birth of my daughter made me get in touch with these issues of feminism, pretty much, that I never worried about much before for some reason. And Beautiful Lady.
Did you feel pressure as a mother that you couldn't just go on being a mother? Did you feel you needed to go back to something else?
Absolutely. I love being a mother, but I need like my own projects, like, something that my family isn't a part of. It might sound weird to some people, but to me, it keeps me healthy. Yeah.
So what's the position in Germany at the moment? Are you moving about freely? Are there still restrictions?
Well, there are still restrictions now, but I think the government said that by middle of March, beginning of April, up until middle of April, they want to take the restrictions back step by step. So I have a small concert on March 20th, and we're sort of counting on not having to worry much about masks and stuff like that. It's going to be open air too, but today, even open air would probably be only vaccinated people, but then it might be different.
Mm-hmm. And so is that the only live gig you've got lined up at the moment? You're still waiting? Have people started booking ahead, or are they still holding back?
I think both. So I think I have like 5 concerts and gigs so far. And I'm pretty positive, because they're all going to take place from March to September, which is the summer and spring and summer half of the year. I'm pretty positive that they will take place. Yeah. And I'm open for more. So I'm probably going to look out more and see what works.
Yeah. Any ambition to travel, or have you in fact traveled to other countries to perform? Are you likely to come into the UK?
I would love to come into the UK and play. I don't know. No, I've never done it. I should figure out how to make it happen. I always thought it was dependent on a lot of money. You have to travel and all that stuff. So I will look into that. I'm for now, for this year, I'm traveling, taking a trip with my family to Iceland, actually. Oh. Yeah.
You've been before?
No, it's going to be the first time, and we're really looking forward to it. And I was thinking about maybe getting a ukulele or banjo ukulele and take it with me, and maybe record just small videos of me singing a few songs on a volcano, or maybe that's fun.
Not in a volcano,
Yeah,
at least
next to a volcano.
Okay, and streaming? Do you do any regular streaming that people can find you on?
Yes. I do. I try to do a mini gig of 3 to 4 songs on Instagram every other week. But I'm thinking about moving that to a platform where I can offer paid content. It's daring, I feel like, because people are used to getting everything for free. But I really want to try it out. And
how can people find that and other information about yourself, socials, website, etc.?
Yeah, the best way is to get in touch with me through Instagram. That's my favorite platform, and I post the most there. And it's Nora Sänger Official. That is my name there. It's the same name on TikTok, Nora Sänger Official, and on Twitter, I'm Real Nora Sänger, because the official thing was too long there. Real Nora Sänger. And I'm trying to name my Facebook page. I've been trying this for months, and they won't accept my page name, so I don't have a page name. But if you type in my name, you will find my page on Facebook. It just doesn't have a name. I don't get it. I don't know why.
Is it a controversial name?
No, I wanted to go for Nora Sänger Official in order to be, consistent with my other pages, but they don't accept it. I don't know why. I already wrote them, but they never got back to me about it. It's kind of weird writing to Facebook, because you do get the idea that nobody answers you. It's just a big machine sitting at the other end.
Yeah. It's been really nice talking to you today. I appreciate it.
Same here.
Best of luck with everything. Hope it goes well. Hope to see you in the UK sometime. And,
yeah, me too.
We'll go out on your single, which is going to release on the 16th of March, I believe.
The 18th.
18th of March, and it's called Be Yourself, which is a letter to your children, I guess.
Basically, yes. Yeah. That's well said.
Okay, Nora, thanks very much for your time. Bye now.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
I have seen that they can push heavy with their polite, so methodic, so let's do. It gets hard to hold up your head being told you'll make it big, only sticking to their plans. I tell you, screw that net, just be yourself, sweet child of mine. Your heart can be a searchlight that'll tell you what to do. Just be yourself, Insecurities flow.